I'm a huge Universal Studios Monsters fan. That's where I grew up. And I know that they created their own studio for this called Dark Universe. So I was really, my brother, my dad, and I went to go see this. I was really, this movie holds no candle to the original.
Now you're talking the original 1930s,
yes.
or the Brandon Fraser?
No, the 1930s. Okay. This is closer to the Brandon Fraser movie. The movie starts out. It tells the story of the priestess. I don't remember her name off the top of my head, but how she's this fearless warrior. She's a priestess. She's the daughter of a pharaoh. She's going to be in charge when she's next in line, and she's preparing for that. She's going to rule with like no other ruler. And the pharaoh's second wife has a son, and she's screwed out of her spot.
Ooh.
So she makes a deal with Set, who I don't know why Set. He's not that bad of a guy. There's a lot of other Egyptian gods who are a lot worse.
Imhotep would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
No.
So this is like the first 10 minutes of the movie. She kills her father, kills the baby, and then because she knows that the powers has to be taken, and so she's got this special dagger. She's gonna stab this guy with it, and bring Set into the world, and the Egyptians catch her and take her far, far away, then bury her. They mummify her alive. So then in comes Cruz.
Do you have the scarabs like they put in the
No.
Brandon Fraser?
No.
Okay.
How much does Tom Cruise run in this movie?
He's in most of it. In my opinion, they could have gotten a better actor. He's all right.
But does he run a lot in the movie?
He runs around, yeah.
That's what he does a lot in these movies.
That's his
He
shtick.
runs.
Yeah.
Well, he's in really good shape. That's
Yeah,
why.
well, yeah.
They call him the Cruise.
Yeah. This movie was
He's set to cruise.
Yeah. This
Cruise control.
this movie was closer to Brendan Fraser. You know, the two characters, both in the military, both are treasure hunters. Both are thieves. Like they accidentally discover this tomb because he's not where he's supposed to be. So, yeah, and it was a decent movie. It's kind of a Mummy meets a little bit of The Extraordinary Gentleman. You meet a group of people who study, hunt down, and destroy evil, and it's led by Dr. Henry Jekyll, played by Russell Crowe, which you do get to meet Eric Hyde.
He does transform?
He does. He does not get super huge.
Does it show the transformation? Or
Yes.
is it, okay.
His skin gets a little bit kind of grayish. His voice changes, and he's really strong, but he doesn't get super huge. And it's more of I would say it's more of a realistic Hyde. He's just crazy and really strong.
Kind of like Killer Croc, where it's just like a skin condition more than just...
Yeah.
Okay.
But his because he's crazy, he knows no limits to his strength. So he's actually stronger than he should be.
Yeah.
And didn't he have like a great fight with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, they actually fight.
Yeah.
It's and the Tom Cruise's character is he is chosen. This mummy wants to stab him with this special dagger and bring Set into the world through him, make him a living god.
Oh, okay.
And my family during the fight, Hyde is explaining, we're going to use that knife on you, and it'll be great. He says, you're going to be the god over life and death and destruction. And he goes, and I am chaos and destruction incarnate. The ladies will love us. We'll team up together. And
Is that what he actually says?
Yeah, the ladies are going to love us.
Oh, God.
As he's throwing him around this office.
So he's like a secret bad guy or whatever?
Well, he uses medicine to control him.
Okay.
To keep him and you see him almost slip out every so often. The medicine more is to help Jekyll. Jekyll keeps him buried, but the medicine helps.
Oh, okay.
When Hyde gets too out of it, too strong, the medicine pushes him back, and then Jekyll takes free control. It was a decent movie. I enjoyed it. I really hope that it does. I've noticed that it didn't make as much money as they'd hoped.
222 million worldwide so far as of Friday.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked it.
That's not terrible, though, is it?
No, but you got to realize that not only do they spend however much
I
it
know.
was in production,
Marketing was about the
they
same.
also do the same in marketing.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I know that they're doing Bride of Frankenstein next, and it actually has a release date. So I'm hoping that one will push for the next one.
Do we know who's going to be in that yet, or?
Well, we know Javier Bardem is Frankenstein, I heard.
I don't remember.
Frankenstein's monster. They need to
Yeah.
correct Bride of Frankenstein. It's Bride of Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah.
That's a 40, 50-year mistake that they haven't corrected yet.
Yeah.
Monster.
It's penis, yeah.
Okay.
It is set in more of a modern time, and when you watch the movie, you actually get to see kind of shout outs to the other movies they want to do. There's actually a vampire skull in a jar.
Oh, cool.
You get to see the hand from the Gill Man, like the one that in the original movie they pull out of the rock. It's in a jar as well. You get to see the Book of Ra, or whatever it was, the Golden Book from the Brandon Fraser movie.
So there is a nod to the.
There's a
Brendan
nod.
Fraser.
Oh, there's nods left and right.
More of a connection, though, right? Or are they just nods?
I think it's a nod.
Okay.
Because, I mean, it's set in London. You see the sandstone with the face. She's a priestess. He was a priest. They're going to rule the world as they see fit. The difference is she's bringing a god into the world, and the other guy was not.
He was just trying to resurrect
He was
himself.
he was
right?
just trying to become the god.
Now, in this movie, do they use the same kind of idea where she's like a more like bones and stuff like that? So when she meets people, she has to suck their life force
Yes.
out. Okay, so they
when
do
you
the same
first
thing.
meet her, she's
She does what now?
like, she's a
Like in the Brendan Fraser movies.
yeah.
I just want this to be noted. I did
Yeah.
not
like most like most women in the world, they take your life.
your soul. Yeah.
Oh, no,
So this movie's true to life.
you
Now I know why Ellie
yeah,
doesn't want to see it.
The plane, the plane crashes. Some guys find her, and they're like, they find a body, and who's looks like a mummy, all dried up. And the other guard finds her, and she grabs him and kisses him, and you watch him turn from a healthy human being into.
Tom Cruise.
And then he just takes off running.
Yeah. But actually, it looks similar to like the guy from The Last Crusade who chose
okay.
wrongly. Like he just
Yeah,
his face
cool.
sinks in and gets all wrinkly. And
Harrison
collapses.
Ford?
Does his head go back and forth when he's going? Ow, ow, ow.
No,
Okay.
but
He's going, what?
she
Wow, wow, wow.
she steals the life force of the three. Then she gets up and kind of pops joints, and she's still really
Oh, cool.
like she's still kind of ugly, but she makes them. She raises them
Yeah.
as her minions.
Oh.
And as she's stealing the life force and energy from people, she slowly regenerates.
So we don't get the temple guards and all that stuff kind of
No,
feels. You
no.
just get they become zombies.
No,
they go after and attack.
these are
Okay.
my minions.
Gotcha.
There's like underwater scene with them swimming
Yeah.
at Tom Cruise, which
Yeah,
looks
they,
terrifying.
yeah.
They the League
Tom
of
Cruise
Extraordinary
can't swim.
Gentlemen find a tomb of Crusaders from the Crusades, and they find the jewel out of the dagger. And she can't perform the ritual without both the dagger and the jewel, and that's where they're going. That she's going there. Tom Cruise is going there with his archaeologist girlfriend to stop her, and they're underwater. He's trying to save her, and she's raising the dead Crusaders out of the tombs underwater. Yeah, they were really creepy. But and then when she's done with them, she sends them away. They turn to dust and they're gone.
Cool.
So there's no bodies laying around. When she's done with you, then
You're toast.
yeah.
Was the plane scene as cool as the trailer showed it to be?
It was all right.
Yeah.
The plane, the engine gives out. The plane starts flopping around. They're bouncing around. It was decent, and it was
To know that was actually done realistically, I think makes it
yeah,
a little bit
in
more
the
intense than
Yeah.
Zero G they call
Yeah.
it. Or
yeah.
whatever.
They were pinned against the wall.
Were the sound effects messed up?
Yeah, while they're in 0G, he's strapping the chute on her.
Yeah.
And then they get pinned to the wall, and he just pulls the cord and watches her go. And
She gets sucked into the plane engine. She dies.
No. But it was
the wind's
it was a decent movie. The ending kind of surprised me.
What happens?
You really want to know?
We'll have to do spoilers for everybody.
That's fine.
I'm fine.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it, but I don't care.
I'll probably watch it in
uh,
like 3 years.
The
3, 2, 1.
yeah, okay. The gal drowns. The archaeologist drowns,
Oh shit!
Oh.
and he comes face to face with this woman, and he tries with his mummy. He tries.
So
to
she's
fight her
dead?
off. Yeah, she's dead. She's laying on the ground. And she's used the mummy used the woman to lure Tom Cruise there, and he tries. He really does try to fight back. Like and she just beats the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And
With her moves from Step It Up 2.
that's right.
Yeah.
And Kingsman.
Yes.
But eventually he steals the dagger and tells her that this is just not going to work out between us, and stabs himself. He becomes the living embodiment of Set. But as he looks at her, you see his pupils separate like hers, and then he looks at the archaeologist gal, and they come back to normal pupils. Because he's still somewhat of a good person on the inside, he fights the urge, and he takes the life of the mummy and gives it to the gal, brings her back. At which point he tells her that he will find her again. He tells her he'll find her again. That he's sorry he can't stay, and he's fighting the urge to become this god.
Yeah,
and he leaves.
Oh, okay.
And they encase the mummy in which eventually becomes which is meant to harden. It's a special kind of mercury, because the Egyptians believe that mercury weakened your soul.
Well, it certainly does in real life.
Well, yeah,
Especially if you
kill you.
And Russell Crowe even admits that he would make an interesting ally in the war that'll come, but that evil will never rest and will always try to turn him. And then it shows him in the desert with his buddy who died. He resurrects him. And the famous line that got them all in trouble and had them find the tomb in the first place is because they're getting ready to ride off as the sandstorm at the back is, where's your sense of adventure? And they take off towards some pyramids. He's trying to
shit.
So it's like he's trying to find a cure for his curse because he's immortal.
So he's like Crow in a way. He's trying to keep this other personality.
He's gonna fight. He's gonna keep the urge to become the god and to succumb to all the wonders that it is. He still possesses the powers, and now he wants to find a way to break the curse.
That's cool.
Because
does the other guy that's with them, the younger guy, does he die?
Oh, in the beginning, yes, and he follows him around as a ghost, harassing him because the ghost is working for the mummy.
Because he's from New Girl, and he does like a bunch of other comedy stuff.
Yeah.
So I was hoping he had a good role, but then he dies immediately.
Like I guess he gets bitten by when they first resurrect her, all these camel spiders just come out of nowhere.
Ooh, gross.
And like he gets bit, and he's trying to shake him off. He's shooting him with a machine gun, and Tom Cruise is like, "Will you stop it? They're not even poisonous. Knock it off." So they get out of there to get on the plane, and eventually the guy dies because there's a whole purpose of cursing him. It was from the bite. And as he's standing there, like one eye has gone completely milky, and he's trying to cut the sarcophagus loose. He turns on everybody, and Tom Cruise shoots him and kills him. So then he appears to him, in the bar in a ghost form. He's talking to him in a mirror, and he's like, "Dude, you shot me 3 times." And he's like,
"Have you seen camel spiders?"
No.
This long?
No, they're not. They do not get that big.
Yeah, they do
get big.
No, those pictures are all photoshopped. No, the biggest one that's I think has ever been recorded is about 6 inches. They're not venomous. They have big claws. They crush their prey, and they'll eat whatever they catch. My cousin,
too big.
My cousin was in the military. They caught one, a smaller one, put it in a bucket. My cousin's scared to death of spiders, and so they used this to scare my cousin. But they kept it, and they fed it protein bars and protein powder, and they within 6 months this thing got gigantic. And then their CO found it and said, "Get rid of it." But
they shoot it?
No.
So there's a whole town now that are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that in all reality, camel spiders if they follow you around in the desert, they're trying to stay in your shadow. They're not that mean. They don't. They might still. There's stories they still cut your hair. They steal your hair for their burrow. I don't know if that's true or not.
What?
I'd
be like, take it.
Yeah. Well, there's stories that
a lot of people that have no hair.
Well, no,
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Like guys would soldiers would wake up missing clumps of hair.
Oh my god.
And I don't know. It's possible, but they don't deal with the heat very well. They don't jump up and cut open camels. They're not. They jump.
My only thing is that I've ever heard is that they like to hide in cool places.
Yes.
So they will find a sleeping bag and be in a sleeping bag. So the first thing you do is you open it up to make sure there are no camel spiders in your bag.
Yeah, they're trying to stay out of the heat and stay out of the sun.
Just like any animal that's
trapped in that terrible world.
That wasteland of desert.
Yeah.
Just take it outside and drive over it a few times. Take it back.
I don't know if you can. It's like a beetle.
I want one as a pet, but the wife keeps telling me no.
Well, they get huge. They get like a crab, like those king crabs.
Well, it depends on the species. My buddy just went down to Texas. My brother did. Yeah, he's going down there for a wedding. I keep telling him, "You got to bring me back a baby armadillo," which my wife said, "No, I can't have."
That'd be fun.
I said, "Then bring me back because you can train them. You can train them to a point." And I said, "Then bring me back a couple of camel spiders. I'll give you the containers." And my wife said, "Absolutely not. I cannot add to my tarantula collection." So,
do tarantulas really molt?
Yes.
Ooh.
It's it's neat because they will Straight, they'll stand there and get kind of waxy looking, and they flip on their back and just completely push it off.
Yeah, so it looks like they're dead, but then they're just really molting.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I have
crazy.
Yeah, I've got 12 different tarantulas. I've seen it happen a couple of times.
So you watch it like it's like a doppelganger tarantula.
Yeah.
In your thing, and you're like, oh, where'd he go? He's not there. It's just his legs.
I found one. I left one day for work. I was getting ready to leave and found one of my first tarantulas. She was upside down in her water dish, and I knew it was going to happen because that's what they do. They have to be moist in order for it to work. Humid. So I come back and there was a shell laying on the ground in her cage, and she was hiding. So,
wow.
Ugh. Oh, that's.
I love it. I see. Yeah, no, there's.
Are they like the kind of spiders that can just get through like a pinprick hole?
No,
they have to have like a good size hole to get out of.
Yeah.
So if you put down a giant, something on top of the water tank, the fish tank, they won't creep out.
Yeah, if you're gonna, you have to be careful. If you have one big enough that requires an aquarium, you will have to have a good strong lid, because or nothing near the top, because they will get on top of the huts and stuff, the burrows that you give them, and push. Yeah, well,
hey Joey, you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah,
I have a bird eater.
I'm cool.
You have what?
I have.
It's an Australian spider that eats birds.
I have it's a Brazilian salmon pink bird eater. They get an 11-inch leg span. They're the second largest tarantula in the world.
So what do you feed it?
Right now she's big enough she gets 2 large crickets at a time. If I want, I can throw, when she gets full grown, you'll throw large Dubai cockroaches, which is a cockroach that gets about 3 inches long.
Jeez.
They're easier to take care of than Goliath bird eaters, because Goliaths have a certain humidity level at all times, otherwise they die. With the Brazilians, it doesn't have to maintain it as well.
So when they die, do they do like normal,
spiders
and they just curl up?
Yeah, they completely curl up and die.
So the Mummy was good?
Yes.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, the Mummy. I really like the Mummy. I'm hoping that it will help. I'm hoping that they will continue with the rest of the movies.
We talked enough about spiders. That's cool.
Welcome to
Spider-Man is the closest I want to get to spiders. So.
Yeah.
Well, just stay, if you come over and stay out of the critter room, you'll be fine.
Here's the thing: for every spider that you do kill, there's one that you made smarter.
Yeah, the ones that you catch are you're making the bloodline smarter, because the ones you see and kill are
just for your reference. So only kill the hard to find ones.
If you see one out and about, ignore it. If you see him hidden behind something, you got to kill that one. The one that's hard that's out and about is stupid, and it will make the rest of the bloodline dumb.
And they can kill me in a smarter way.
Yeah.
Well, I had 2 more questions about the Mummy. First, Tom Cruise. I heard recently, well, they say the studio is trying to blame him. He had a lot of creative control. They beefed up his part. Did it seem like he overshadowed the Mummy? Because originally they had equal screen time, I guess, but
he was in it. Yeah, he was in it more than the Mummy.
Right.
But I mean, there are parts where he had to be, like it was just him and Jekyll, or just him and Hyde, or him running down the street and stuff. But him running to the store,
running down the
street. They
used
old footage of him running down the street in the other movies that he's done.
Yeah,
from like Mission Impossible.
Yeah,
I think that he was in the movie a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's overshadowed her or not. But in my opinion, even with the markings on her and all wrapped up, she was quite the
attractive lady.
There's something truly wrong with me. She was beautiful. The new Medusa from the remake of Clash of the Titans, I thought was hot. What was her name? Erin or whatever, from the Splice movie. Yeah, I've been Rita Repulsa from the new
Power Rangers.
There's something truly wrong with me. I'm eyeballing the monsters. So, but yeah, she
looking good.
Yeah, I don't think he overshadowed her.
Yeah,
but I think he was in the movie a little bit more than her, and I think he overacted a little bit. I think he could have got somebody.
How was she though? I mean, as far as what she did, was she good?
She was good. When the scene where they've got her chained down and she's in pain, she's crying. She looked like it hurt. I think she did a good job.
Yeah,
I think she's getting a lot more movie time, or a lot more movies offered her way, so it's good to see somebody that was relatively unknown for quite a while come into the movie scene and do some good things. So.
Well, go ahead, sorry. Go ahead. I was just gonna say, a rumor that I read was that Tom Cruise was like a descendant of Van Helsing? Did they refer to that at all?
They never touched on that.
Oh.
Van Helsing is one of the movies in their list. They might, but no, that was never.
Who's in the first one? Hugh Jackman!
Now I gotta see it. Damn it!
You gotta play the music from Pee Wee Herman when they say the secret word. After that, it's like, yeah.
Hugh Jackman will be the magic word of today's pod show.
The other question was, a lot of people say that them building the whole universe, it's pretty much a movie about that, and the Mummy's kind of a secondary thing.
Yeah, you get the feel of the Mummy from the very beginning about it, the power she can wield, about the kind of person she is, because she's not, I'm sorry, you killed a baby. She's not a nice person. But I think that the universe that they're building, I think truly is going to be based around that organization that hunts down the monsters and stuff. So yeah, you get a real feel for it. So they're going to take the modern the old monsters and bringing them into modern time, give them a modern feel, while trying to maintain the old.
Right.
That they're not new, that they're actually an ancient creature.
So should have been called that society, whatever it is, or the Mummy was a right way to.
I think the Mummy was the right way because you're focusing on the monster. But the society, even though they don't give you a name until later, does appear relatively early in the movie.
Gotcha. Do you feel like it's off to a rocky start, like everyone else is saying, or are you satisfied enough to?
Was it a good Mon start?
Yes, I think it was a decent Mon start. I am looking forward to the next one.
Cool. Yeah, I hope they follow through and make them. It's like not everyone's going to be. This one probably seemed like it would be for sure because Tom Cruise is in it.
But make it good if you're going to make them.
Put Josh Duhamel in there.
Yeah. He's the bride of Frankenstein.
It just pops out. Toasty.
And he just goes, it's actually Frankenstein's monster. And he goes back to bed.